Hey everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome to this week's event for World of Golf in early 1981 Society. It's the Parkland Open at Braeside Park. And we've got 3 tee positions spreading across about 300 yards. I don't know, I notice again the white tees are further, so actually it's 400 yards back than or further forward, I guess, than the blue tees or the gold tees. So not really in order either, but I guess maybe that happens more than I thought. But there was that one course a few weeks back that they were all kind of jumbled up and really close together, so it was kind of confusing. But anyway, we have firm and fairways and greens, and the green speed 9.6. All right, so we've got black tees, first pin position, wind speed medium, and everything remains at the defaults of firm, and fast. So, looks kind of grassy, flat, obviously some trees. But it does look a little sparse, so it's possible, it'll just be at the edges like this, kind of ringing around the side. I've played courses like this in the Midwest when I have done a little bit of golf here and there. So definitely familiar with the layout. This, I think, would be a wondrous spinner opportunity. So again, I'm going to continue trying to bring that into play a little bit more. I do like that. Wow. It's going to roll off. Oh, all right. Thank goodness. Okay. So we're right about there, maybe a little bit more. All right, good. Good shot, just didn't fall. So yeah, the spinner maybe hops 5 yards. So like I left 8 yards. That was obviously, I assume, too far. So I just probably could have gone up 1 and might have given me a better result. This over here. Come on. It's like where I'm holding the controller is somehow like giving me a distraction that I'm like, okay, this doesn't feel quite right. And so I kind of wanted to, let's see, I think about there, it's a wedge. So it's a little bit less. We're losing some yardage as well. So yeah, definitely want to go up to the 9-iron. All right, well, we ended up with a closed. So it's probably going to keep me left. Wow, okay. Not nearly as much as I needed. We're getting, obviously, some sort of a roll. Wow. All right, well, we're rolling off the green, almost positive. Yep, okay. So, let's see. That seems long, but we are going to lose, theoretically, 9 yards for the height. So, I'm going to stick with it as it sits. A little bit of a pull, but close enough. I think that should help. Should put me in a nice spot for a tap in here. Right, that was good. Obviously, it would be better to not just have pars. That's always the discussion. So we're losing 5. We're probably gaining at least that much. But maybe not. Because it's more crosswind than it is... more crosswind than it is headwind. The word was not coming to me. Let's see. All right, nice. So, a little bit more. All right, I think we're right about there. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. Oh boy, almost too much. I saw a red, I didn't see the number, but that may have been part of it. Because, I mean, it wasn't going to move a lot, but it was going to move some. So yeah, it's interesting, though, like the power, because it was like 47 from far away, and then it was 41 still, even though I was much closer. So it's always a bit of a challenge the way that works. All right, so we're good there, I think. And then we're up 10. We're losing, let's say, 7 or 8. So 17. So we're going to put it there. Might lose a little for a slight uphill lie, but probably nothing too crazy. Ooh. Yeah, definitely nothing too crazy. Now we're going to go... Oh, boy. Well, these greens definitely have more happening than one would think. All right, so I'm going to actually pop over about there. Well, we got 81, a little extra power. It's not a ton. Oh. But again, it may have cost me what would have been a really nice birdie. All right. Again, it's better than getting bogeys, but, you know, pounding away this way is not going to help do well for the positioning. So it is just inundated enough. All right, we're going to lose 8. We're going to gain 4. So we're going to be back some. I'm going to go back here and let it roll. Okay. We might be too far to the right. All right. I'm going to have to think stuff through because there's no reason that should have been that short. All right. So we're going to want to go about here. 93. All right, we hit perfect. That's still now too far. All right, should be about there. Oh, not gonna move over. So it continues, even with a par 5. But part of that was, again, the approach just wasn't what I needed. All right, we're down 8, so we're going to basically gain 3. We're going to lose 6 with the wind, so we're going to lose 3 in total, which is fine because then we'll have a little bounce with the 7-iron. All right, power's good, everything. I'm just kind of really trying to get my head around what's happening. Okay, and that was about what I wanted, so that's good. Again, we're going to have a little bit of a position here. Oh, no. Almost went back. I didn't look at the numbers. I was just watching the roll. But finally, on the 6th hole, the first birdie. Quick return to a par 5. That was a sharp break. So now we're down pretty far. And that may be, I'm like not thinking of the lie impact on the distance sometimes. So maybe that's what was going on. So yeah, this is going to be back a good ways. So is this. Ooh, closed. This might not. Well, it's rolling decently. Let's see. Let's see where it ends up. That is a really weird camera angle, but whatever. I think we're on the green, but it's going to be a interesting position. So we're going to start going to the right, basically offset the next one. All right, so I think that's what we got. Well, we hit 51. Nope, it didn't break as much as I was anticipating. But it's a par 5 that we can do something with here. All right. So we're going to go back a bit. I see the bounce going that way, so I'm kind of compensating a bit for that. All right, I got to clean that closed up. All right, well, it's doing what I thought. The question is, where is that? I can't see it now. Oh, it's way over there. Okay, but it's going to hold on the green. I'm sure this was one of those really long par. Oh, no, it's a par 4. Okay. All right. So, again, I think that's what we're looking at. Okay, well, we got 54. That's not going to come back that far. Interesting. All right, so let's get this in. A little strong. It was just 2.12, I think. So, still somewhat controlled, but obviously not as much as we'd like. So, interesting. Pretty severe. So we're going to go with that. We're up 11, so we're going to lose a little bit. Okay, we're going to try this one. Because I also think then we need to move a bit for the distance, or for the wind. Right, it's coming. It's moving to the left a little because the wind is kind of grabbing it at that point. All right, and now we're rolling in toward the hole, so I assume the slope is there. Very little movement. All right, well, that's as good as we can do, and that almost went over too hard at the end. But it worked out. So, again, just kind of running interesting on my rounds. I'm 4 under in the front half, which is pretty nice. Definitely something we'd want to see. And I'd love to see like 9 under after the front 9, but I'm a long way from that kind of play. Let's see. We're going to lose 3. We're going to lose maybe 1 or 2, but we're going to come over a bit. So we're going to put this up here. Not really an uphill. Okay, and again, power's good, so like distance, like we should be about where I'm aiming. And yeah, okay, I want to, oh boy. Okay, it's going. I thought we were sitting on some kind of a slope, and we were. Right, there's really nothing behind that is impacting. There's really not much movement there. This is a little hard. All right, we're at 70. The power's good. All right. Finally. Yeah, I'm just trying to really pay attention to what is occurring to just try to understand like where things might be off a bit. We're going to gain 3, a little bit more on the drop. So that's going to put us right at 194. A little bit more. We're going to gain more for that. It is a 6 iron. So there is, let's see, because if I go back, it's going to go back quite a bit. But if I do that, I think that'll get me about where I want to be. I'm going to put myself, there. I've got an idea in my head of what I'm doing, but I don't know that I could articulate. Okay, so I needed to go a little bit more still. All right, a little bit of a return, maybe a yard. So again, we're maybe just a smidge short of a full amount because we have a little bit of the other direction here where we're sitting. Come on. Oh boy. And we had the result I was worried about, but it worked. All right, 6 under. So yeah, it's like when I can't get the stroke to be smooth, it almost always turns into that. Because then I like overcompensate for, hey, it's not registering the forward. I'm going too slow or not far enough or whatever. So yeah, it's just interesting. I think that's a big downhill. It is. And a pretty big over to the side as well. So we're going to head over that way. Again, we're going to pull it back. I'm going to pull it back a full 5 iron. Okay. They probably negated each other. All right, we're up. There's some sort of slope there that we're hitting. That's usually when it gets discolored. But kind of gentle. All right. So we're going to go here and there. Oh, way low. Oof. All right. So just a little bit here. All right. At least we got it to fall, but I would have liked a less distant shot for my third shot there. All right, well hit. Everything's, where we want it to be. We're going to be, maybe we'll get, no, we won't be at the bottom. Not anywhere close. All right, let's adjust for the Y. And then adjust for the wind. All right. Okay. Hopefully good. I'd say that's not bad. All right, should be about there. All right, that worked nicely. So we're getting in a good flow here. It's still, something's off. I don't understand what, but I kind of said, I kind of hold the controller, I kind of rest it on my stomach, right in front of me to kind of, not wedge it in there, but I think you get the idea. Yeah, it's not like I suddenly got fatter. So it's just, but it like feels like something's sticking out more than it should be. Oh, this is 62 yards. What the heck am I doing? Somehow I was like viewing this as 47? I don't know. Weirdness. All right. We've got a good bit of movement here. I'm going that close to the hole because of the height increase. Not great. What's this doing? All right. All right, so I would say right about there. At 56, and all right. Barely caught it though, so it was like a little bit more over than I needed. Oh boy. I really want it up there, but being up there runs the risk of ending up in the bunker. So if your golf ball ever was a tightrope walker, that's kind of what we're looking at here. Okay. It worked, but man, that was really interesting. All right, so we're going back to the land of the spinner. Okay, we know we want more than that. This is still 7 yards. Now, if I do that, let's see. So at this point, I'm about 3 yards away. I'm going to just... Now it is... Well, but it is uphill again. Ay, ay, ay. Whoops. No, I don't want to do that. Right, let me do the full amount. Yeah, it's definitely going more than 3 yards, so I mean, that is a bounce. And again, that's the long shot, so not surprisingly. Okay. That was big. That was big. All right, so I'm assuming there's a par 5 tucked away in here. It might be this. No, this is a par 4. I'm like, it might be this one, but it isn't. This is one of those longer par 4s for sure, though. We're over 500 yards. So gets us just below 200. Oh boy. We are right there where we slope into the bunker. So this becomes, you know, if we end up off here at any length, right? Okay. I think that's where we want to be. I'd rather be to the left here than the other side. While I'm certainly to the left, I'm also way beyond. Let's see. All right, we're going to get a pretty substantial roll down the hill, and now we just need to be careful not to go way by. So if there's ever a time I don't want to red rhythm, this is it, which is going to make me nervous. All right, we're a little weak. So I don't think... No, we're not online. We did get far enough, but... All right, well... That's okay. And again, I might have been a bit conservative just because of where we were at. Okay, so par 3. These are always, again, the tough ones. So we're going to say back 12 with the roll on a 4-iron. I mean, it is uphill, but I don't think I want to touch this. Okay, we're going to be a little bit to the right, so that 7 maybe wasn't blowing as much as I thought. But see, it's got a solid rollout with that 4-iron, so that was a pretty good call. All right, I don't think I'm gonna go about there. It just doesn't seem to be quite fast enough, but it's not super slow, I don't think. Come on. All right. Like, I was worried it was gonna get across again, and it didn't. All right, so a little bit of a breeze. It is tipping to the right as well. But again, one of my favorite setups where we end on a par 5. So yeah, it'll stay away from the edge there. It'll keep rolling toward the center. All right, yellowish. So we're going here a little bit, but then we're coming back a little bit. That's a long way. We're going to do this. I honestly don't like the contours on the green as we get near the hole. I think it's going to jerk it all over the place. Let's see. All right, it worked. Not too bad. Hopefully we can really turn this into a glorious eagle. That is the hope here. So, let's convert. The power's right. Man! Ah. Oh well. We tried. Again, the way it started would have never been the way I would have guessed it finished. It's too much of a tale of 2 rounds for me. We're definitely next round going to get up to 100 because, yeah, we're almost at 500. So that 540 itself, like even if I didn't have the premium, I'd be there. We getting the club? We are not. Maybe there isn't a wood. I swore there was. I swore there was a wood, and I swore it wasn't at level 100, but that's the only option right now. So it's either not there, or it's going to be at level 100. But with that, one of my better rounds. So crazy, given that we didn't hit a birdie till the 6th hole. But that is the result we have. So that should put me in a decent position. I have another round like that. I could easily be higher than the top 5 that I tend to be falling at, and that could just help me in the position overall. But I will see you next time.